Games are fantastic. Ultra Kill, Minecraft, Undertale, Hollow Knight, Dave the Diver, Team Fortress 2, Half-Life, Stick Fight, Slendy Tubbies, Super Mario, Smash Bros, Binding of Isaac. I can go on, okay. Gaming has been one of my earliest fascinations since I was a kid. Right up there with creepypastas and my very long SpongeBob. But anyway, I have watched many games my whole life, played many, and am a changed person because of them. So, what can be my favorite game? Is it perhaps story driven? Maybe action packed? Is it a good platformer? Nope. It's this thing. Why is this specific game so much more preferred for me than all of the other games I just listed? Well, let me explain that to you. First, the goal of the game. As you can see by the title, this is a simulator. If I load into one of the maps, let's do Tribal 1, you can see the beautiful 3D graphics shine in the environment. It's a very pretty looking map, and this is the most basic one. There are many maps for you to choose from that aren't just this, but we'll get to those later. Let's look at the starter units. We're gonna start with the clubber, okay, and after that we're gonna place a couple of protectors, the spearmen. And let's run. Yup, this really is just a battle simulator. After either of the two colors beats the other in the brawl, the fight is done. While these basic game aspects may seem very primitive and basic, we'll see. It gets much worse. Let's start again. Let's place some stoners and some clubbers again. As you can see, the stoners do a lot of damage but have a long cooldown. This last one was able to kill 3 clubbermen in one hit. This leads me to another point, the physics and freedom of this game. And to show you, let's place 10 bone mages and a lot of clubbermen. As you can see, the physics are one of my favorite parts about this game. The enemies can just go limp and get tossed just about anywhere when they get killed. And the way these units hit each other, get knocked back, and fight is very silly and enjoyable. But if this was the whole game, I wouldn't have played it for 280 hours. So let's load to a better map to see more of the game. As you can see, Tribal 2 has a lot of similar things. But the new thing is this cave. And what's inside? Is a whole lot of space to place units with. Many maps do this. They make the most of their environment and make it as fun as possible to place units. Let's place some chieftains. Oh no, we're gonna wait a bit for you. Let's place ourselves a little army. The cave squishes units together like a sandwich, as you can see, and adds to the insane physics and combination this game lets you do. And finally, ladies and gentlemen, the main reason why I love this game so much. The absolute chaos. The amount of stuff you can do in this game is insane. There is no limit to how much you can place. So you can do stuff like I'm doing on screen in mere seconds, no matter how crazy it may be. If it'll break the game, if it totally lags your computer to 1 frame per second, it doesn't matter. You can do it. There are many other factions to keep you company. The Farmers, Vikings, Dynasty, Renaissance, Pirates, Spooky, Wild West. This is the Legacy map. You need to find all units hidden in the map. And your reward? The Legacy faction. This beautiful secret Christmas map, which... just wow. Secret map good, secret map evil, and if you uncover all the secret units in the maps, in all the maps, the secret units. But this isn't even mentioning the bug DLC. Make all units fly, make units spin, turn halflings into black holes, which yeah, is as terrifying as it sounds. Paler mammoths, make all units tiny, make units huge, turn balloon arrows into metal, make ranged attacks fast, make units immortal, make fireworks huge, and my personal favorite, the debug menu. You can push units away, grab them, shoot them with weapons, vacuum them, and even invert gravity. What's not to love? Another feature in the game is the ability to control units. By pressing F near a unit, you can become the unit and do its different attacks. The cooldowns can sometimes feel long, and sometimes you miss your attack you clearly hit, but this is a really great feature for battles and to test out units. This feature makes the game so much more fun, and it's very useful for other mechanics of the game, I'll say later on. Admittedly, this game's music is definitely not as much of a jam as other games I like, such as the Battle Cats, Ultra Kill, Slendy Tubbies, and other games. But in my opinion, it does its job perfectly in the game. The music in this game is calming, almost peaceful. The type of music is it's a perfect example of this. It uses many drums and trombones, making it feel more primitive. Not only does this match the faction, it also adds to the maps it's played in. It makes the battles feel more connected to its environment. All the tracks do this: Pirates, Renaissance, Spooky, Medieval. Some of these are pretty good bops too, and I listen to them sometimes. One negative about them is that after you play this game for over 500 hours, eventually you can get tired of listening to them. But this is really just a nitpick in my opinion. Moving on to Now, I know what you're saying. Timper, isn't this a sandbox? These games don't have a story or multiplayer. Well, in this case, you might be a little bit surprised. There is multiplayer in this game, but I'm gonna be honest though, kinda sucks. Don't get me wrong, it works, but sometimes it bugs out and keeps you in the loading screen for eternity. Or sometimes once you're in a match, it bugs and you can't place units. And either way, not a lot of people are playing it anyway, so this is not the best. This is a great addition for more replayability, but considering they'll never really update the game again, it seems a little disappointing. Certainly not as good as Teletubbies multiplayer. For a story, there kinda is a story. There is a campaign, but it's just a series of levels over specific maps or themes. These campaigns help you get used to the game, learn each unit, their mechanics, and develop strategies to beat the levels in the campaign. Controlling units here is very recommended. Like I said, it makes clearing levels so much easier, in my opinion. But apart from that, there is a little bit of story found in the game, if you want to count the campaign as a story. The good and evil faction are both found in already existing maps, both being a version of one map, one normal and one corrupted. Because of this detail, we can infer that they both parallel each other. In fact, in the official game trailer and cover art of the game, we can see they are always at war. Besides this, it's canonical that the Legacy faction were old and removed units before they came back for this map. That's about it for the story. You can technically make your own story, but we'll get to that in a bit. Apart from that, there's not really too much story. This is a sandbox game though. The story is not really a selling point in this game genre, so let's keep going. This is one of the game's best aspects in my opinion. This game has always stood out to me in a special way. No other game has the same art style, except Holy Accurate Battlegrounds, but it's a spin-off battle royale, so I don't really count it. No other sandbox I've personally seen has this level of different stuff to do. It's endlessly replayable, with all the maps, units, multiplayer, and creativeness. I always keep going back to this game again and again, and it has helped me through some aspects of my life, by just going crazy with the game's engine. But if this was everything the game had to offer, I wouldn't have played this game for so long. There needs to be something else I'm missing. Oh, oh no. This right here is the best part about the game. You may have noticed I left out a couple of buttons at the bottom. The custom content, workshop, and map creator. And what these buttons do is that you can make anything you want. So first, let's start with custom content. That's right, as you can see in the upper buttons, you can make your own campaign, units, factions, and maps. Let's start with the campaign layer. How it works is that you make however many levels you want on any map with any unit, and even like your own units, which I'll get to later. After you save the battle and name it, repeat the process a couple times and you have your own campaign you can upload to the workshop. We'll talk about that after. In the unit creator, you can make your own units by using any clothes the game gives you. Give it a custom voice, choose its build, give it weapons and abilities, and give it stats. After you name it and take a picture, it's yours. If you want to make a couple more, you can use the faction tab. This makes it so you can make a custom faction made with your units. This is where you can make your own stories. Using your pre-established lore, you can do your own tasty story based on your own units. If you somehow want even more content, you can do map creator. Here, you can do a custom map based on what you made. There's many templates to choose from. Props, buildings, bricks, and other stuff to make it out of. You can also make campaigns with these maps. This is where I spent most of my time playing, just making my own factions and messing around with them. The last one, the workshop, is a neat way to download stuff other people made and uploading your own stuff that you've made. Personally, I found some really good maps off of the workshop, so good luck searching. If you want to mod this game to oblivion for some reason, download Thunderstorm Manager. It has many mods for you to choose from and keeps your interest in the game. I'll be honest, most of these are bugged or just don't work. So the only things I can recommend are all the mods made by Team Grad. They completely change the game with new units, maps, factions, abilities, and cover art. Many other non-grad mods also work too though, so don't only download those mods. Modding also allows you to make more units based on the abilities it gives you. And you can also play the new maps and campaigns all the hardworking modders have made, and have more fun because of it. Most mods in Thunderstorm can be annoying because they don't work, but the mods that do work really well. I've already discussed about many pros and a few cons in this video, but let's go over some more, shall we? This game does not need high storage to run. Only about 5 GB the last time I checked. It's all on PC, PS4, and Switch, so it's very accessible. A few cons, however, in my opinion, are that the game is no longer getting any new content, which sucks because with a few more factions or like options, this would actually be like the perfect game. I basically said every other pro and con in this video, so let's end this video out on a high note. In conclusion, this is my personal favorite game of all time. All the features, freedom you have, replayability, mods, and physics are easily S tier material. As far as sandboxes and simulator games go, Only games like People Playground and Worldbox even come close to its level of fun. The publishers of this game, Landfall, are my favorite game development team of all time. They produce nothing but bangers, offering cheap, fun games to play with your friends or solo. I have most of their games, which should tell you how much I love them. If you want to know my second personal favorite, I'll say Easier Content Warning or Totally Accurate Battlegrounds. I'll keep playing this game for as long as I live, because it's my favorite game, made in my favorite game genre, made by my favorite video game company, made for my favorite kind of people, gamers.